There comes a moment in life when you look at yourself in the mirror and realize something painful. You want a better life, but your habits are destroying the one you have right now. You say you'll wake up early, but you don't. You say you'll study, but you scroll. You say you'll change, but tomorrow always wins. Deep down, you know discipline is the only bridge between who you are and who you want to become. And until you master it, life will keep slipping through your fingers. Today, that cycle ends. Today, you take control back. Discipline doesn't start with waking up at 5 a.m. or following a perfect routine. It begins with one brutally honest moment, a moment where you admit that your life is not where it should be. Maybe you're tired of wasting days. Maybe you're tired of feeling stuck. Or maybe you finally realize that the world doesn't reward wishes. It rewards action. This moment is uncomfortable, but it's powerful because it forces you to face a truth most people run from. Your future depends on what you do when no one is watching. Think about it. Every champion, every top student, every successful entrepreneur, none of them got there because they were gifted. They got there because they trained their mind to do the hard things even when they didn't feel like it. That's discipline. It's not loud. It's not glamorous. It's the quiet decisions you make every single day. Getting up when your bed feels warm, studying when your mind wants distractions, working when your body wants rest. The difference between an average person and a disciplined one isn't luck, it's consistency. It's choosing what you want most over what you want now. But here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't need to transform your life overnight. Discipline begins small, tiny actions that build your identity. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Study 15 minutes extra. Do one more rep. Read one more page. These small wins stack up. At first, your mind will fight you. It will whisper excuses. It will remind you of your old habits. But the moment you ignore those whispers and still take action, that's the moment you start becoming stronger. Little by little, discipline becomes who you are, not something you try to do, but something you live. The hardest part of discipline is not starting. It's staying consistent when motivation disappears. Anyone can be disciplined for a day. Anyone can be focused when life feels exciting. But real discipline shows itself on the days when everything inside you wants to give up. Those dull, slow, tired days, those are the days that separate the dreamers from the doers. Imagine this. You wake up and your mind instantly tells you, not today. Let's rest. Let's skip. That voice sounds harmless, but it's not. It's the same voice that kept you stuck for years. It's the same voice that killed your previous goals. And if you listen to it again, nothing in your life will change. But when you choose discipline, something powerful happens. You stop negotiating with your weaknesses. You stop begging for motivation. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, you move. You act. You show up. And that's when life starts shifting, because discipline builds momentum. The more you do the hard things, the easier they become. The more you push through discomfort, the more your mind adapts. You train your brain to stop choosing comfort because comfort never built anyone great. Think of your future self, the stronger, smarter, more focused version of you. That version is begging you to keep going. That version is built through repeated choices, not random bursts of effort. Every disciplined action is a vote for the person you want to become. Slowly, the things that once felt impossible start becoming normal. Waking up early, studying without excuses, working without distractions. These habits start shaping your identity. And before you even realize it, the discipline you once feared becomes the foundation of the life you've always wanted. Discipline becomes truly powerful the moment you realize it's not punishment, it's freedom. Most people think discipline restricts their life. They think it takes away comfort, ease, and enjoyment. But the truth is completely opposite. The people who lack discipline are the ones trapped. Trapped by their laziness, trapped by their emotions, trapped by their old habits, trapped by a life they don't want but are too weak to change. When you build discipline, you stop being a prisoner of your impulses. You stop being controlled by every distraction, every mood, every temptation. You gain something that most people never experience: control over yourself. Imagine how different your life would be if you listened to your goals more than your excuses, if you followed your plans more than your feelings, if you chose progress over pleasure. That's what discipline gives you. It allows you to design your life instead of drifting through it. through it. And here's something incredible. Discipline removes stress. When you consistently do what needs to be done, you stop feeling guilty. You stop feeling behind. You stop waking up every day thinking, I should have done more. The discipline gives you peace, a calm mind that comes from knowing you're moving in the right direction. But you have to understand one thing. Discipline won't always feel good in the moment. Sometimes it will feel heavy. Sometimes it will feel boring. Sometimes it will feel lonely. But every rep you push through, every hour you focus, every distraction you ignore, that's you building a version of yourself that is unstoppable. People will call you a different because you are. You're no longer controlled by comfort. You're driven by purpose. And slowly, life starts opening doors for you. Doors that remain locked for the undisciplined. There comes a stage in your journey where discipline doesn't just change your habits, it changes your entire identity. You start seeing yourself differently. You begin to understand that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined. And once you experience that feeling even once, you never want to go back to your old life again. You start noticing small victories. Tasks that once felt impossible now feel normal. Waking up early isn't a battle anymore, it's automatic. Studying for hours isn't torture, it's progress. Working on your goals doesn't feel like pressure, it feels like purpose. These small shifts are signs that discipline is becoming a permanent part of who you are. But with this transformation comes a new challenge. The people around you won't understand. They might say you're too serious, too focused, or too obsessed. They might try to pull you back into old habits, old routines, old patterns, not because they hate you, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. This is where many people fail. They choose acceptance over improvement. But you're different. You've seen where discipline can take you. So you stay focused, you protect your progress, you guard your habits like your life depends on them, because in many ways, it does. Every day you show up, you're proving to yourself that you're not who you used to be. You're not the person who quits halfway. You're not the person who chooses comfort. You're not the person who lives on excuses. You've become someone who follows through, someone who does what needs to be done no matter how you feel. And with every disciplined day, you're not just improving your life, you're rewriting your future. Now, here's the most important truth about discipline. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. You will slip, you will fail, you will have days where you don't want to move, study, or push yourself. That's normal. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is simple. They get back up, they start again. They refuse to let one failure define them. Every small choice matters. Every decision to act instead of procrastinate, to fight instead of give in, to push instead of quit, these decisions stack. They create momentum. They build a foundation so strong that even challenges, setbacks, or distractions cannot break you. Discipline is not something you do once. It's something you live. It becomes part of your character, your identity, your essence. Think about your dreams. Think about the life you want. The life where you're confident, successful, and respected. That life doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take control day after day, action after action. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every hour you invest in self-control, focus, and persistence pays off in ways you can't even imagine. Start small. Commit to one action today that your past self would have ignored. Make it a habit. Repeat it tomorrow and the next day. Slowly, the hard becomes easy and the impossible becomes normal. That's the power of discipline. It transforms ordinary people into unstoppable forces. Remember, the battle is not against others. It's against yourself, against your excuses, your fears, your laziness. Win that battle, and life starts bending in your favor. One disciplined choice at a time, you will rise above the chaos, the doubt, and the mediocrity that holds most people back. So today, decide. Decide to stop waiting for motivation. Decide to stop depending on luck. Decide to embrace discipline, not as a task, but as a lifestyle. Because the moment you do, you will finally step into the life you were meant to live. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you